Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Star Flames, and we're back with another banging video. In this video guys, we're gonna talk about critics believing Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson's relationship is all PR. Let's talk about it, shall we? Because as you guys know, most recently, Megan Thee Stallion shared a video with us on her TikTok page that she was throwing down in the kitchen for her man, Klay Thompson. And Klay Thompson was basically saying that he really loves that meal. Megan Thee Stallion also shared in the same video that Klay is always asking her to make her some spaghetti with catfish and the Louisiana hot sauce. So, as of such, many critics are saying that there's a pattern to this, and they believe the pattern is every time there's something being reported in the media, Megan Thee Stallion does something with Klay Thompson to basically cover the negative press associated with Tory Lanez. Now, on August 12th, Tory Lanez did have his appeal denied, and he has been in the media since August 12th. So, what we saw a few days later, on August 19th to be specific, if not on the 18th, we saw Megan Thee Stallion sharing a video on social media of herself, cooking for Klay, the video that I've just mentioned. So, she did that. So that's the August comparison right there. Also, back in July, there's another significant moment. As you guys can remember, it was early July that we learned that Tory Lanez's appeal had been scheduled for August 18th. And the announcement of the court date basically renewed public discussion and media coverage of the case. Now, around the same time, Meg and Klay Thompson began to publicly post about their relationship, and fans first noticed Klay Thompson in the background of Megan Thee Stallion's social media post on July 9th, and the couple officially had launched their relationship with a post from Klay on July 12th. Megan also gave an interview to People in July where she described her relationship with Klay Thompson as being the nicest person she had ever met. Also, while she was doing all of that in July, there were consistent reports coming out about Tory Lanez's case, new evidence, Tory Lanez's DNA being less than 1%, and all of that jazz. So, the critics are basically observing the timeline to say there's definitely a pattern here, and as such, they believe that Klay Thompson is just a PR boyfriend who is used by Megan Thee Stallion and her team Roc Nation, and this is all allegedly because we really don't know if their relationship is solid or not, so it's an allegation. But what they're saying is that every time there's something in the media about Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion case, you're gonna see Megan Thee Stallion coming out with Klay Thompson to basically cover up from the toxic report and all negative discussions. It is her distraction mechanism. It is the PR tool that they're using to pull away from all the toxicity attached to Megan Thee Stallion name. Now, some of these critics believe that this latest move is an initiative to help save Megan Thee Stallion career as a rapper. But let's keep it real. If we're telling the truth and if we're looking at both sides, honestly, we see people rooting for Tory Lanez and we see people rooting for Megan Thee Stallion. When it comes to the entertainment world, people will always have people on their side. Take, for example, what is going on with Sean Diddy Combs. Look at the numerous allegations and lawsuits that were filed against Diddy, the trial, he was convicted, and people out here are still rooting for him. They're demonstrating. They're basically hashtagging Free Diddy literally almost everywhere. So that is one example you can take and use as to say, you can use it as a compass to say, You know what? Many people are not gonna like Megan Thee Stallion, whether it's Tory Lanez or not. I believe people pick their favorite based on different things. And yes, definitely, she has lost favoritism ever since that Tory Lanez shooting incident. And it is just this thing. I don't know what it is in, the black community. And this is not just the United States. It's just a black community in general. If a black man does something, especially if they have like accolades, clout, popularity, there are always people who believe that those individuals are above the law and should not be held accountable. Now, with Tory Lanez's case, I must admit that everything is arguable and there's so many questionable things about the case. But at the same time, Megan Thee Stallion has lost popularity over the case because a lot of people believe that she lied. She didn't remember what happened on that night. And because everything in the case is so questionable to so many people, they're consistently giving her side eye. They're basically saying it's a setup by Jay-Z and Roc Nation, and Megan Thee Stallion is your puppet. So I do understand that a lot of people are going to see things questionable and arguable, but at the same time, Megan Thee Stallion is gonna move on with her life. I think once she puts out great music, she's gonna still have a very strong supportive fan base. So as such, has this Tory Lanez situation caused a dent in her career? Maybe a little, but I don't think it is that significant. Is Klay Thompson just a PR boyfriend? We don't know. I really don't know. It is all speculation at this time, but I'm not going to say it is far-fetched or even impossible because we know that it's not impossible and the industry does these things a lot. But I believe that maybe time will tell, or as well as maybe it won't. But I mean, how long can they keep up this charade for? I don't think they can keep it up for long if it's not a genuine relationship. And even sometimes when you're in a real relationship, it really doesn't last. So at the end of the day, will we ever know the truth between Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson? I believe not unless they marry and have kids, and maybe even at that point, people are still gonna say they're fake. No matter what you do, people will always have an opinion. But anywho, guys, that's all I have to share in this video with you all. Let me know what's your take on critics saying Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson's relationship is fake. Do you believe it is fake or do you believe it is real? And do you see any indication of it being real? And if you do, what are those indications for you? Leave a comment below. While you're at it, do all you need to on this video to support your girl. Peace.